From eerie Ukrainian Yeti footage, captured deep in the woods, to the breathtaking encounter with a real-life gargoyle, and even chilling clips of purported ghosts and spirits caught on camera. If you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we explore each mysterious capture. The legend of Bigfoot is deeply rooted in our collective imagination, suggesting that we may still have much to learn about our forested habitats, like what creatures could be lurking unseen within these woods. This video from Ukraine might offer a tantalizing glimpse. This footage was captured by a hiker exploring a Ukrainian forest when they spotted something truly extraordinary. The camera pans across the distant woods, and there, among the trees, is a tall, humanoid creature. It's covered in some kind of fur, and its gait and posture are eerily similar to a human's. I've seen countless Yeti and Bigfoot photos online, and this thing looks exactly like them. It's an incredibly rare capture, and I can't imagine the terror the hiker felt while filming this massive beast. Things could have turned out badly if the creature had spotted them. Let's be thankful it didn't. Up alone in the dead of night with the eerie feeling of being watched. This video proves those chills aren't just in your head. I promise, this isn't a horror movie clip, but a real-life capture by a homeowner. In the video, you'll see the homeowner in their bedroom, camera pointed at the door. And then, the reason for the camera becomes crystal clear. The door slowly, ominously begins to close on its own. There's absolutely no one around. The other side of the doorway is shrouded in darkness, adding to the terrifying atmosphere. As the door creeps closer to shutting completely, the homeowner can't take it anymore and gets up to investigate. They slowly open the door, flick on the light, only to find nothing there. After turning off the light, the video ends. The owner shared this spine-chilling clip on TikTok, where commenters questioned their bravery for investigating. It was the only way they could have slept that night. And honestly, I can't say I blame them. Paranormal entities, such as ghosts and spirits, are often described in various forms, including orbs and smoky figures. However, black shadows are among the most commonly reported. This security camera footage from a hospital might just be one such example. Did you see that? This video, captured by a hallway security camera, reveals a strange, dark shadow moving about. You can see the shadow entering the frame before seamlessly blending into the ceiling shadow. Its size and shape are irregular, making it even more unsettling. Given the hospital setting, one might speculate that the shadow could be linked to a patient's spirit or the soul of someone who passed away long ago. The fact that the footage was recorded at night adds an extra layer of eeriness. While it's essential to maintain a logical perspective, considering possibilities like camera glitches or insects, there's a small chance that a rational explanation might not suffice. In such cases, the idea of something paranormal becomes a compelling possibility. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Gargoyles in Gothic architecture are typically depicted as mythical, evil creatures used to channel rainwater. However, this video suggests they might be capable of much more. What on earth is that? Uploaded to YouTube by an anonymous user, this footage is sending shockwaves through the internet. The video captures a truly terrifying, demon-like creature perched atop a cliff. As the camera zooms in, we see small wings and a head bearing an uncanny resemblance to those found on gargoyle statues. The creature's size is enormous, and it appears to be engaged in some unknown activity. Towards the video's end, the gargoyle seems to notice the camera and reacts by extending its arms, and the clip abruptly ends. This is a horrifying discovery. We now have visual evidence of these demonic creatures, and it's terrifying to imagine. I sincerely hope these things remain confined to cliffs and never venture into populated areas. I don't know about you, but the world feels increasingly strange since 2019. Take a look at this video from Xinjiang, China. This compilation of clips was captured by residents of Xinjiang during a 5.8 magnitude earthquake. It's undeniably strange. The sky is an eerie red, and there are peculiar lights converging towards this red focal point. It almost looks angelic. A red object above the clouds with white, smoky, arrow-like formations converging and diverging from it. Close-up footage reveals the lights are randomly positioned around the red area, moving in a synchronized manner. This bizarre phenomenon, occurring right after the earthquake, raises countless questions. It could be a satellite test or some other government experiment, but that central red area seems almost otherworldly. What do you think? Alien activity or just advanced technology? Alligators are renowned for their ferocity, being formidable predators, both on land and in water. However, even the mightiest can become prey. This footage, captured by a fisherman, shows an alligator in desperate trouble. The reptile is struggling violently, with something large clinging to its back. It's clear the gator is completely overpowered by its unseen attacker. A closer look reveals the culprit, which is a massive electric eel. The eel is relentlessly assaulting the gator with powerful electric shocks, explaining the alligator's frantic attempts to break free. These eels can discharge up to 650 volts, more than 5 times the power of a standard household outlet. Looks like this gator picked the wrong opponent and is now paying the price. Think you're lucky? Just wait until you see this fisherman's incredible catch. Now that's a whopper. Captured by a tourist, this video shows a fisherman proudly displaying a massive, bizarre-looking fish. The creature is enormous and boasts a unique, almost beautiful bluish hue. The fisherman's excitement is palpable, but things take a strange turn when the camera focuses on the fish's head. There, staring back at us, are a pair of unnaturally large, human-like lips and bulging eyes. It looks like the fish has had some kind of extreme lip filler procedure, but of course, that's not the case. This is actually a rare Napoleon wrasse, a fish known for its distinctive features. Unfortunately, overfishing has decimated their population, making them incredibly valuable and protected. While this fisherman may have struck gold, their catch is also a serious crime. Some sights are simply inexplicable, like a horse on a balcony, or, as this video shows, a cow on a house roof. This homeowner captured the most bizarre thing on camera. A full-grown cow casually strolling across a metal roof. There's no obvious way the cow could have gotten up there. It just is. After a brief moment of bovine rooftop relaxation, my best guess is that the house is built beside a cliff edge, and the roof is actually ground level from a different angle. But that doesn't change the fact that this cow is in serious danger. One wrong step, and it's a massive fall. They need to install some kind of barrier up there as soon as possible. If you're ever surrounded by bamboo leaves and one seems out of place, heed this warning. Run. Seriously, just run. A villager captured this terrifying footage of a snake masterfully camouflaged among bamboo leaves. The snake is erect, with an oddly aggressive posture. Its head is surprisingly small, almost rat-like, but the body is substantial. Also, its green color blends perfectly with the foliage, making it nearly invisible. This is a green rat snake, a large, non-venomous species native to Asia. While they kill prey by constriction, they're not poisonous. However, that doesn't mean you should handle them. If you encounter one, admire it from a safe distance and leave it be. We live in an age where AI is revolutionizing countless aspects of our lives, making once complex tasks incredibly simple. But with this immense power comes a chilling realization. I can now create hyper-realistic videos that defy belief. This video is mind-boggling. A basket filled with ordinary-looking mushrooms suddenly transforms into a scene straight out of a surrealist dream. The mushrooms sprout wings and take flight as fully formed birds. It's absolutely astonishing how seamlessly these inanimate objects transition into living creatures. I was completely baffled until I discovered the video was entirely generated. It's a testament to the incredible advancements in AI technology. The level of detail and realism is simply astounding. It's both fascinating and frightening to consider the potential implications of this technology. What other mind-bending creations can AI conjure up? There are countless tornado videos online, but most are low quality or captured from a distance. This TikTok footage of the Westmoreland tornado is truly exceptional.
Here it comes! It's in the
A TikTok user captured this incredibly close-up video of the Westmoreland tornado as it formed. We watch in awe as a massive cloud swirl descends from the sky and violently connects with the ground, sucking up everything in its path. The tornado is enormous and moves with terrifying speed. The footage even captures the aftermath, showing how the tornado's force was powerful enough to rip up a manhole cover. While this videographer captured amazing footage, it's important to remember the dangers of getting so close to a tornado. Nature's fury is unpredictable, and safety should always be a priority. The existence of aliens is a topic of endless debate, with equal numbers of believers and skeptics. This video might just fuel both sides.
Found this crispy f***ing thing in the yard. What is that, a f***ing...
That looks pretty real, huh? This video, posted on TikTok, shows a bizarre, alien-like creature held in someone's hand. You can see a small, yellowish, alien-looking thing that seems to be dead. Its body is stiff, like it's been in a deep sleep for ages. The face, ears, head, long arms, and legs. It's exactly what we imagine aliens to look like. But the truth is, this isn't some extraterrestrial being. It's a 3D model, brought to life by a 3D printer. The person who posted the video claims they found it in their yard, but I'm calling B's on that. Look at the texture. It's like someone just finished painting it. Whoever made this thing is seriously talented. Props to them for creating such a realistic model. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Electricity is a lifeline for our planet today, and scientists are constantly searching for new ways to generate it. This video might just have stumbled upon a game changer.
Ça va, ok, très bien. Tosha, here, très bien. Ça, Tosha.
Straight from the Democratic Republic of Congo, this video shows two miners making an incredible discovery: electric stones. One of the miners holds up a silver-colored rock they just dug up. It looks pretty unusual, so they decide to test it out. They connect a wire to an LED bulb, then touch the wire to the stone, and the bulb lights up. It's crazy. They disconnect and reconnect the wire, and the bulb keeps lighting up. It seems like the stone is storing electricity somehow. However, experts are skeptical about the video's authenticity. While some minerals can conduct electricity, rocks can't store it. The shiny rock in the video probably looks like pyrite, a common mineral that can conduct electricity but not store it. So how did they light up that bulb? That's still a mystery. A farmer heard some weird noises coming from his shed and decided to investigate. But what he found inside was a total shock.
What the fuck is that? Goddamn baby buzzards. Oh, hell no.
In the video, we see the farmer heading towards the shed, explaining that he's been hearing strange growls and has no idea what's causing them. He's clearly scared and hesitant to go inside because he thinks there might be a predator lurking in there, ready to pounce. He cautiously knocks on the shed door, but there's no response. Finally, he cracks open the door just a little and catches a glimpse of something inside. A baby buzzard. He's surprised and a bit annoyed about finding a bird in his shed. He thinks about helping it, but decides it's too risky. The farmer made the right call by leaving the bird alone. If there's a baby buzzard, there's definitely a protective mama buzzard nearby. If she even suspects her baby is in danger, the farmer could be in serious trouble. We all know the basics. Snakes slither, dogs and other four-legged animals walk, and fish swim. But when it comes to catfish migration, it's like nature decided to break the rules. These aren't bugs, they're real catfish. This video shows a stream connecting two bodies of water. But the weird part isn't the stream, it's the thousands of catfish crawling through it towards the lake. These fish are using the water as a highway, forming a long line as they make their way to their destination. These are special catfish that can actually walk on land. They're called walking catfish and are native to Southeast Asia. They're able to move across dry land to find food or better living conditions. So, these little guys in the video are migrating and looking for a new home. But it makes me wonder, what would happen if the water path was blocked? Would they just turn around and go back? It's crazy to think about. Kids' birthday parties are supposed to be the most memorable moments of their lives. But when something like this happens, it turns into their worst nightmare.
Goddamn! Oh, God! What the hell is going on? Go to the front room. Go to the front room. Let's go. Oh, God! Oh, my God!
This video is from a birthday party at the Tommy Wells Old Mat, Pleasant Home in 2011. The family is gathered to celebrate their daughter's birthday. The mom, holding the camera, introduces everyone: dad, aunt, and uncle. Just as they're about to cut the cake, the sink mysteriously opens by itself.
Did you like the bicycle and stuff you got for your birthday?
Oh my God, Tommy, it's gonna start again. Oh my God, dang no.
I don't know what's going to happen. Come on.
The mom jumps, saying it's happened before. The uncle shuts off the sink and tries to calm the scared birthday girl. Then, the cupboard bursts open, spilling its contents everywhere. Drawers start flying open too, sending the family into a panic. Can you imagine the terror? That poor girl's birthday is ruined. It was less of a birthday and more of a horror nightmare for them. Knock-knock jokes can be amusing, but when you hear insistent banging knocks coming from your closet in the dead of night, it's not so funny anymore. This terrifying video, uploaded to TikTok, captures a homeowner's terrifying ordeal. In the video, we see the owner waking up to loud banging noises coming from their closet door. The knocking is really loud, like someone's using full force to break it down. It continues non-stop until the owner finally walks up to the door and swings it open. To their surprise, there's absolutely nothing inside, just some random clothes and stuff. It's creepy and weird because it's obvious someone or something was banging on that door from the inside. But what's really terrifying me is that I think whatever was in there, the owner just let it out by opening the door. You're never supposed to do that. It's like inviting whatever it is inside. Ever wondered what an average workday looks like for an astronaut? This Reddit video gives us a front row seat. That's Earth down there. This footage comes from an astronaut's body camera during a satellite maintenance task. The view of the entire Earth from up there is mesmerizing and a little scary at the same time. The astronaut is carefully hooking up their carabiner to the satellite to avoid floating away into space. Imagine doing this job with the constant fear of a spacesuit malfunction or getting lost in the vastness of space. It's incredibly daunting. On the other hand, seeing the Earth's curvature from that perspective is mind-blowing. Space work is demanding, not just because of the technical skills required, but also because of the constant pressure and the knowledge that help could be months away if something goes wrong. These astronauts are true heroes. If not staged, it's one of the strangest and creepiest videos out there. So what's happening here? A girl in some kind of costume is running away from something. It has to be a costume. Who wears a dress like that on a daily basis? It's night, and they're in the wild. The only light comes from the camera, or some source behind it. The girl stops just before the camera for a few seconds, then disappears behind it. The monster soon follows the girl, stops where she paused, sniffs around, then spots her behind the camera and goes after her. We then hear the girl's screams. What kind of deranged mind would come up with such a scenario? No matter the motive or intent behind making this video, this is absolutely strange. It's well acted if fake, but definitely disturbing. What do you think? Next up, we have a natural phenomenon that, if we didn't know better, could be mistaken for a message or creature from the underworld. What are those shapes beneath the surface of the ice? Are they spirits, dark creatures, or perhaps aliens from a sci-fi movie? These are the questions we'd be asking if we didn't know it's just ice thawing and water making its way downwards in the frozen stream. It's videos like this that make us wonder. We know what it is, so we don't freak out. Now, imagine our ancestors 10,000 years ago who didn't understand science and natural phenomena as we do. What would they think these shapes were? No wonder our ancestors attributed most natural phenomena to gods and created a deity for every element. If you've been following this channel and have seen our previous videos, you know that I don't like the water. Well, not water exactly, but what lurks beneath the surface of our lakes, rivers, and oceans. The thought of not knowing what's down there just terrifies me. What species of fish is that? And look at those teeth. If you didn't catch this, let me show it again. It takes a few big gulps of breath before it goes into the sand. Good to know that it can't breathe under the sand and can't stay hidden for long. But still, how long is its body beneath the ground? What happens if someone accidentally steps on it? What damage can those sharp, tiny teeth cause? And why the heck is its face so creepy? Someone sent me this clip with the title Big Surprise. So let's see what this is all about.
Whoa, he's big.
Okay, at first I was wondering what this woman doing. Why all these gymnastics? There are much easier ways of opening a door, and it quickly became apparent why. I have so many questions. How did the bear get into the house and lock itself in? How did these people find themselves outside while the bear was inside? Finally, how lucky is that woman? She was right there, and if the bear wanted to, it could have attacked her. Even if the bear couldn't get to her, she could have easily fallen from there. It's easily 10 feet or more, a few broken bones for sure. Why take such risks with wild animals? They are wild for a reason. They are unpredictable. If any of you find yourselves in such a situation, I would advise a lot more caution than this woman. Just call the authorities. When it comes to wild animals, caution is key. But apparently, this rule doesn't apply to Russians. Just look at this guy. He's casually carrying a bear cub. And the mama bear, she's right behind him. You'd think this is some kind of zoo, and he's a caretaker, but the setting says otherwise. Oh, and there's another cub trailing along too. The golden rule with wild animals is to stay far, far away, especially when they're with their young. This video flips that rule on its head. It seems like this man knows exactly what he's doing. The cub struggles to cross the stream, and the mama bear stops, then goes back to help it. Isn't that something? Parenting instincts are universal, it seems, whether you're human or a bear. But seriously, how is he so comfortable with a mama bear right there? This clip is both heartwarming and nerve-wracking. What do you think? Is this bravery or sheer madness? Let's up the ante a little.
Holy shit.
Arriba.
These guys are walking in the night when they hear this terrifying roar. I don't know what to call it. We can't make out exactly what it is since it's too dark, but it certainly sounds like a tiger or a lion. All we can see is the light reflecting in their eyes. And it looks like there are two of them. But here's the kicker. Why aren't these people scared and running for their lives? If I were in their shoes, I'd be long gone, not still standing there recording. Do they know what those animals are? If not, why is there no panic whatsoever?
Holy shit.
Arriba.
If anyone here knows what language they're speaking, Please let us know more about this. This clip is both spine-chilling and puzzling. Are these folks brave or just oblivious to the danger? What do you think? I've seen clips of ghosts, aliens, scary animals, and wild natural phenomena, but I had never seen an actual booby trap in real life until now.
I'm set up here. Come here.
I see it, yep.
No, you don't see. Go to the other side. Oh!
So, these guys are exploring an abandoned house and seem genuinely perplexed by what they're seeing. There's broken glass all over the steps. A few steps up, there's a string attached to something. One of them claims it's connected to a crutch, and the crutch has a knife fixed to it. One of the men takes a pole and disturbs the string, and boom, there it goes. Any adult trying to go up those stairs would have a knife go straight through their head. Seriously, that is crazy. What's in the house up those stairs? Who is trying to hide what here? We live in a crazy world, folks. Next up, we have a clip that will have you scratching your head and pulling your hair out. This man had lost his flock of sheep, and where he found them, you won't believe it. Check this out. How on earth did an entire flock of sheep end up on that roof? It doesn't look like there are any stairs leading up there. This is seriously baffling. I could understand if one sheep somehow made it up there, but a whole flock, and on that slope? I've seen mountain goats climb steep mountains, but never sheep doing something like this. Mother Nature always seems to have a wild card up her sleeve. What do you think? How did they get up there? If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. She can be ferocious and majestic at the same time. If you ask me, Mother Nature is more beautiful than scary. Take a look at this fantastic slow-motion shot of a large wave. Tell me you don't feel awe looking at this. Look at those perfect curves, the small ripples, and then the wave crashing down in a magnificent display. No artist can match the beauty of nature's canvas. It almost feels like this wave is so big that it's touching the clouds. Real kudos to the person who captured this shot. Here we have something that seems beautiful at first. A nice rainy day. Everyone with umbrellas. A cozy feeling. But if that's what you thought, get ready to be grossed out. That's not rain. Are you ready for this? It's cicada pee. Yes, that's cicadas urinating. I never thought an insect could urinate that way, but I was wrong. Here are some interesting facts about cicadas that will blow your mind. Cicadas hold the record for the strongest urine jet stream of any studied animal relative to its size. They drink 330 times their body weight in plant sap every day. No wonder they have to go so ferociously, if you know what I mean. They can shoot their pee at 10 feet per second. I thought their signature sound was annoying, and now they're going to pee on us too. If you happen to be somewhere with cicadas around, don't look up. Seriously, don't. We know from dinosaurs and other fossils that prehistoric animals were gigantic and terrifying. But brace yourselves for this one. That's not Bigfoot, though that mystery is still unsolved. This is an orangutan, but look at the sheer size of it. Typically, orangutans grow to about 4.3 feet in height, but this behemoth towers over, almost reaching the roof of that house. It's easily more than 6 or 7 feet tall. Can you imagine the raw power of this animal? It could literally tear a human apart. Now think about how perilous the world would have been for us if we lived 1 million or a couple of million years ago. On a galactic timescale, that's just a blip. Modern humans wouldn't stand a chance. It's mind-blowing to think how these giants roamed the earth and how different survival would have been back then. What do you think? Could you handle living in a world where creatures like this were the norm? Next up, we have a scene that might look ordinary at first glance. Just some men fishing. But trust me, where they're fishing will leave you speechless.
Por cima, dessa ali, fico pescando aqui, ó. Tem coragem ou não? Quer de vocês que tem coragem de pescar num lugar desse aqui? Ó a corrente.
This clip is from Kapua do Urubu, Brazil. Look at these brave souls. Would you risk your life for a few fish? They're fishing right next to a raging waterfall. The power and speed of that water are terrifying. You've got to wonder, how many fish can they possibly catch there? And is it really worth it? This is nature's raw power on full display. It's no wonder we've harnessed waterfalls to generate electricity. Would you dare to fish in such a perilous spot? Or would you rather admire the view from a safe distance? Next up is a clip from Canada, showcasing one of nature's most extreme and terrifying phenomena, a massive tornado. This is truly the calm before the storm. Just look at the sheer size of it. Everything seems so peaceful, and the tornado in the distance even has a certain symmetry and beauty to it. But when you zoom in and observe the base, you see the real chaos unfolding. It's terrifying to think about the force at the center of it. Anything in its path will be obliterated. Here's a chilling fact. Tornadoes can reach wind speeds of up to 300 miles per hour, strong enough to hurl cars and uproot trees. Can you imagine the sheer power? It's like nature's blender, shredding everything in its way. Now think about this. Why do tornadoes have such destructive power? It's all about the low pressure center and the violent updrafts that create a vortex of doom. And yet, amidst all this chaos, there's a strange, eerie beauty to it. Would you ever dare to chase a tornado? Or would you prefer to admire this force of nature from a safe distance? What's going on at the Miami-Dade Aviation Department?
Oh my God, look at the airport. What happened?
It looks like some kind of green fluid has taken over the airport. Weird, right? Especially for an airport. Some people went crazy saying it's ectoplasm, also known as simply ecto, a substance or spiritual energy exteriorized by angry spirits. But if you're wondering what exactly that is actually, it's just the water from the AC systems leaking onto the floor due to a broken pipe. And why is it green, you ask? Well, that's intentional. Green dye is used to color the water so it's easier to spot leaks and trace the source. A more mundane answer than angry spirits. But at least we don't have to call the exorcist anytime soon. We've got another jaw-dropping wonder from nature, straight out of Minnesota. Imagine needing to escape bad weather, but instead of moving cities, you just walk out the other door. In this clip, we see a garage with heavy rain pouring down. But wait, look through the other door. It's a bright sunny day. Let's replay that. Torrential downpour on one side and clear, sunny skies on the other. It's like having a weather portal right in your garage. Who needs Dr. Strange's sling ring when Minnesota's weather can give you a magical doorway? Nature's full of surprises, isn't it? Would you step into the rain or bask in the sunshine? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. People say the witching hour between 2 and 3 in the morning is when the truly terrifying creatures emerge. Well, this home security camera footage might just prove it. This chilling video comes from a home security camera that captured a truly bizarre and frightening creature lurking near the house. The camera is focused on the fence when something unnatural appears in the tall grass. This thing looks almost human, but its skin is entirely white, and it has this creepy way of peering into the camera. It seems to know it's being watched, constantly checking to see if the camera is on it. The homeowner was understandably terrified after seeing this. Honestly, if I saw that thing lurking around my house, I'd be packing my bags for the suburbs the next day. Being out on the ocean, spotting another boat is a huge relief. It means there's human presence out there, but that sense of comfort turns to terror when you see a boat upside down, and there's no one around.
Not something you see every day, right there. That's a weird feeling. Got the FLs, marked its location.
This footage was captured by a group of fishermen during their routine fishing trip. About 50 miles from shore, they encountered something truly bizarre. In the video, you can see something floating towards them. At first glance, it looks like a giant, menacing jellyfish, but a closer look reveals a large, capsized boat with no one on board. It's chilling to see this vessel upside down, 50 miles out at sea, with absolutely nothing else in sight for miles. The fishermen did the right thing by noting the boat's registration number and location, and reporting it to the Coast Guard. Let's hope everyone on board is safe. This incident makes me wonder why boats aren't painted orange on the bottom. It would be much easier to spot them from a distance in case of an emergency, compared to this color. Nanny cams are lifesavers. They let us keep an eye on our little ones when we can't be there. But sometimes they capture stuff that's downright bizarre and terrifying.
But check this out. Tell me that doesn't look like someone standing in the room. So, okay. Nothing, right? Like, what the f? Definitely something in there.
You saw that, right? This video is from a guy babysitting his nephew while his aunt was out of town. What he saw on the nanny cam freaked him the hell out. In the video, he says he's not sure if he's losing his mind, but he saw something on the camera in his nephew's room. He goes into the room, checks everywhere, the bathroom under the bed behind the table, but finds nothing. Back in the living room, he checks the nanny cam again, and there it is, a shadow standing in front of the camera, behind a plushie. The shadow doesn't move at all, and it's only visible on the camera, which is super creepy. It looks like a small humanoid shape. I'm leaning towards this being a glitch in the nanny cam, like it couldn't handle shadows properly and created that weird image. But if that's not it, then what the hell was it? I love going to the beach. There's something so calming about the sun, the sound of the waves. It's mesmerizing. But after seeing this video, I'm not sure I'll ever want to go back.
Look at these guys. I don't know if you can tell, but they're crackling and they're moving.
This TikTok video shows just how versatile beach sand can be when it comes to holding creatures. The girl starts by zooming in on a patch of pebbles, which looks pretty normal at first, but then she scrapes them off, revealing a horrifying mass of maggots. They were all over the pebbles, perfectly camouflaged. She even says you can hear them moving, which is incredibly eerie. She goes on to discover weird seashells, teeth, and a tiny hermit crab, and the final surprise, a pile of mermaids' purses, which look like strange sea bats. I never imagined finding all this stuff on a beach. After watching this, I don't think I'll be sunbathing anytime soon. We usually picture mermaids as enchanting, half-human, half-fish creatures, but this video from a ship worker will completely change your mind.
What are those? Oh my God!
This ship worker captured some seriously disturbing footage. While at sea, he spotted strange disturbances in the water, like something was just below the water surface and was chasing the ship. The video shows two mysterious creatures swimming alongside the vessel at incredible speed. But that's not all. Listen to those eerie, distant screams.
I hear him. Where's he at? What the f is that noise, bro? What is that noise?
It sounds like a woman in distress. Those screams echo through the night, matching the terrifying sight of those creatures following the ship. People in the comments are convinced these are sirens, mythical creatures known for luring sailors to their deaths with enchanting song. But honestly, those sounds were pure horror. If I ever heard something like that in the middle of the ocean, I'd be sailing away as fast as possible. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Just like our oceans, our land, especially the jungles, holds uncharted territories that could be home to all sorts of mysterious creatures. This terrifying video might just prove it. What in the world is making that noise? This footage comes from a group of hikers who stumbled upon a truly terrifying situation. As they ventured deeper into the woods, they heard a bone-chilling sound, a mix of a deep growl and a blood-curdling scream. It sounded like something straight out of a nightmare. The hikers decided they'd had enough adventure for one day and turned back. So, what was that creature? I did some digging and found out that animals like mountain lions and elk can make similar sounds. I'm putting my money on elk, as there are plenty of videos online showing them making noises just like this one. Even if it was just an elk, it was enough to scare off even the bravest hikers. Amusement park rides are a blast until you're dangling upside down, hundreds of feet above the ground.
Yeah. Give me my phone right now.
This video comes from Oaks, amusement park, where a day of fun turned into a terrifying ordeal. A ride at the park in Portland came to a screeching halt, leaving 28 people suspended upside down, 100 feet in the air. This wasn't supposed to happen. It was a terrifying and life-threatening situation. Park staff called for help, but before emergency responders arrived, they managed to get the ride back on the ground and safely evacuate everyone. Can you imagine being stuck upside down like that? Your brain would probably short-circuit. After seeing this, I'd think twice about ever going on a ride like that again. No thanks. I'm good with my feet firmly planted on the ground. Being trapped in an elevator is a nightmare in itself, but things escalate to a whole new level of terrifying when it starts flooding. Just watch this video. This footage is from a guy's phone who was caught in an absolute nightmare with his friends. He's just chilling, smoking a cigarette, when bam, the elevator floor breaks open, and if that wasn't bad enough, the whole elevator starts filling up with water. In seconds, they're neck deep. I mean, what else could possibly go wrong in there? I did some digging and found out they were heading downstairs to check out the basement flooding when this happened. Like, seriously? Don't just jump in an elevator? Call emergency services or something, people? If you're a hiker, you know those scenic views can be absolutely breathtaking. They pull you in like a magnet, but sometimes they pull you in a little too deep, like needing Swiss Air Rescue to save you. This video was captured by a Swiss Air Rescue thermal imaging camera while searching for a missing hiker in the mountains. Watch as the camera scans the mountainside until it finally picks up the hiker lying on the slope. It's incredible how clearly the camera distinguishes the hiker from the ground. It's a lifesaver. The hiker even waves when he sees the camera. Man, I'm so glad they found him. Those Swiss mountains are no joke. Wild animals and all. And can you believe he ended up on that random downslope? How on earth did he even get there? This next video comes from a military base where a strange, unidentified flying object was captured on night vision goggles.
What the hell? You're right there.
In the video, recorded by thermal vision goggles, we can see unusual lights moving among the stars. From this distance, they look like stars. But their straight line arrangement is quite alien-like. There are multiple lights, giving the appearance of an alien spaceship. However, this isn't what it seems. These are actually Elon Musk's Starlink satellites. Launched in 2019, these satellites have been orbiting our planet ever since. Appearing as a string of bright lights, Starlink satellites can look quite otherworldly, leading to numerous unknown flying object sightings when they first appeared. But these long lines of lights are only visible shortly after launch. So, I think the person who uploaded the video might not know about Starlink satellites, making the footage seem mysterious. Natural disasters are terrifying. Not just because of the destruction they cause, but because we're completely powerless to stop them. This video from Nebraska is a perfect example.
Right there, stop! We're good! Jordan, stop! We're good, we're good!
This footage comes from a group of YouTubers called the Nelk Boys, who were chasing a storm. As they drive down the highway, a massive, ferocious tornado appears in the background. It's absolutely insane. Look at how fast it's moving, and how it reaches high into the sky. The whole sky is dark and stormy, and the way the tornado swirls is terrifying. Seeing the Nelk Boys driving straight towards it makes it even scarier. Tornadoes can be over a mile wide and stay on the ground for more than 50 miles, and this one looked like it could go on forever. Ever heard of a sundog? I'm not talking about a new breed of dog. I'm talking about this.
We got the sun, the rainbow around the sun, the 3-point reflection on each side, one on the bottom, and then from each side there's a spear of light, and if you look closely you can see a second rainbow. Up above there's an inverse rainbow.
Isn't it incredible? This video was captured by a skier in Canada who noticed something strange about the sun. In the footage, the cameraman shows the sun surrounded by a weird, bright shape. There's a rainbow around it, and then there are reflections on 3 sides. It looks like some kind of magical portal from the Havens. This mesmerizing phenomenon is called a sundog. Sundogs are colorful spots of light created when sunlight refracts through ice crystals in the atmosphere. They appear about 22 degrees to the left or right of the sun, depending on where the ice crystals are located. Sundogs are pretty rare because they only form under specific conditions and in certain regions. So the skier who captured this was incredibly lucky. You're enjoying a romantic dinner with your partner. Everything's perfect, right? Well, this next video is going to change your mind about what could potentially interrupt your meal. This video was recorded by a husband on a dinner date with his wife. And let's just say, it took an unexpected turn. In the video, we see a massive wild pig waltz into the restaurant, followed by its adorable little piglet. The mama pig walks up to the couple and stands on her hind legs, trying to reach the table for some food. She accidentally knocks over a wine glass, which scares her off, and the whole family makes a hasty retreat. Now, that's one way to spice up your dinner experience. I mean, who would have thought you'd get a free wildlife show with your meal? The restaurant might want to consider adding wild boar encounters to their menu. But seriously, this is wild. I wonder how often this happens. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. When it comes to water, you never know how deep it is or what might be lurking beneath the surface. Watch yourself. The ocean is scary. This video comes from a group of friends on a fishing trip, but what they found there was pure horror. The water initially seems clear, perfect for fishing, until the cameraman submerges it and reveals hundreds of stingrays hidden in the sand below. These creatures are casually resting, like they're taking a nap. Imagine going for a swim in that. It's a nightmare scenario. However, contrary to their fearsome reputation, stingrays are actually shy and gentle creatures that prefer to swim away rather than attack. They only use their stingers to defend against predators like sharks and large fish. They typically attack humans only when they feel threatened, often when stepped on accidentally. Given the number of stingrays in this video, avoiding them would be quite a challenge. Bears, as ferocious as they are actually pretty slow. It makes you wonder how they manage to hunt in the wild where everything else is so fast. Well, this video will show you exactly that.
Смотри, что сделал, блядь. Лось что будет делать, блядь.
This video was captured by a driver who spotted a lost calf on the side of the road. The calf was so weak it could barely stand. Its mother was on the other side of a roadside fence. But instead of helping, she ran away when something scared her. The driver was confused until the source of her fear revealed itself, a black bear. The bear slowly approached and attacked the calf, carrying it away into the woods. That's where the video ends. The poor calf had nowhere to run, and even its mother abandoned it in this terrible situation. This shows that while we often talk about the power of maternal love in the animal kingdom, survival instincts always come first. Some people believe birds are government spies, watching everyone. I used to think that was crazy, but then I saw this video.
Hey, look at this. Wow. You're a pigeon or what?
This video was recorded by a researcher who found a completely ordinary looking pigeon. But when they used a UV light on it, things got weird. The researcher opened the bird's wing and shone the UV light, revealing a bizarre manuscript hidden under its feathers. It looks really cool, but it's also incredibly strange. What are these doing on a pigeon's feathers? They don't look like random patterns. They're proper manuscripts. like someone intentionally imprinted them there. The pigeon itself looks normal, just like any other you'd see around. The UV light reveals a whole different story. After seeing this, I don't know what to think. Who's printing these on pigeons? Maybe it's some secret Illuminati message. Take this video from Florida, where the sky looks like it has its own river. Recorded by a local Floridian, this video shows a strange phenomenon happening in the sky. There's a weirdly shaped cloud moving through the sky, looking like it's made of smoke. It's long and moving in a straight line, almost like snow. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I know our brains love to see faces in clouds, but this one was truly bizarre. I did some digging and found out it's called an iridescent cloud. These are caused by tiny water droplets or ice crystals scattering light. They're also incredibly rare, so capturing one on video like this is pretty special. Imagine planning a beach trip at night, only to wake up to the sea coming to you instead.
20 de junio, 8:10 de la mañana. Así la Ciénega de González.
That's absolutely terrifying. I found this TikTok video of a devastating flood captured by a homeowner. It's chilling. Outside the house, everything is completely submerged. The water is raging like a mini ocean, with waves crashing through. Trees are practically underwater, showing just how high the floodwaters are. There's nothing the homeowner can do to protect their house from this furious onslaught. It's a stark reminder of nature's power and how quickly things can change. You never know when you might find yourself in a similar situation, feeling like a fish out of water. This must be incredibly difficult for the homeowner, and I imagine rescue efforts would be extremely challenging in these conditions. You'd think a date at an extraterrestrial museum would be cool, right? Well, this video might change your mind. Dude, she's not happy. This couple was having a normal date until they stumbled upon something straight out of a movie. The boyfriend is recording his girlfriend, who's clearly not okay. When he turns the camera, we see the reason. A full-sized alien body in a glass case. It's like something from a horror movie. The boyfriend even taps on the thing, and it makes a hollow sound, adding to the creepiness. Now, I know it's probably just a plastic model, but her reaction is priceless. She's completely traumatized, like she's seen a real alien. I mean, if I saw that thing unexpectedly, I'd probably have an even worse reaction. Can you imagine? Ever heard of waterspouts? If not, you might want to watch this before your next fishing trip. This guy was just enjoying a peaceful fishing day when things took a windy turn. He's recording when he notices something strange in the distance. A disturbance in the water that's quickly approaching. Suddenly, a massive water spout hits him. The force is incredible, and his hat goes flying. He didn't expect such a small-looking spout to pack such a punch. While waterspouts are usually weaker than tornadoes, they can still cause serious damage to boats and people. So next time you see something like this, don't just stand there. Find cover. You don't want to lose your hat, or worse, to a surprise waterspout. We're looking at a construction site where strong winds are about to topple a massive crane. Just think about the immense power of the wind to pull off something like that. You can even see a blast when the crane hits the ground. Hopefully, no one was hurt in this terrifying incident. It's moments like these that remind us how small we are in the face of nature's might. What kind of precautions can we possibly take to safeguard ourselves against such overwhelming forces? Nature's power is both awe-inspiring and humbling. Today seems to be a day for witnessing the full spectrum of nature's most terrifying displays. We've seen a waterfall, a tornado, high winds, and now brace yourselves for an earthquake. This jaw-dropping footage comes from Japan. Look at that. It's downright terrifying. I've never experienced an earthquake myself. All I know comes from videos like this. But witnessing it, that's a whole different level of fear. It's incredible that the building is still standing. If it can make a big sub shake like a toy, just think about the raw power behind it. Did you know Japan experiences thousands of earthquakes every year? Most are minor, but living with the constant threat of a major quake must be nerve-wracking. How do you cope with the ground literally shaking beneath your feet? It's a testament to human resilience and engineering that we can withstand such forces. Enough of nature's brute force. Let's switch gears. Wild animal clips. Meet our unexpected star, a parrot. Parrots are already fascinating with their vibrant colors and impressive mimicry, but wait until you see this. Have you ever seen a parrot's tongue? This is mind-blowing. Look at it closely. Do all parrots have tongues like this? Seriously, what is going on here? The tongue looks like it's sliced into multiple parts and can open and close at will. Why would a parrot need such a feature? Is there an evolutionary advantage we're missing, or is this unique to certain types of parrots? If anyone knows the science behind this, please enlighten us in the comments. Parrots never cease to amaze us with their unique traits. This is from Kite Beach, and if you're wondering what this is, it's a sea urchin. Sea urchins are fascinating creatures. They have a unique way of defending themselves with those sharp spines covering their bodies. They can be incredibly sharp and dangerous for predators. Nature really comes up with some unique ways to protect its creatures. Sea urchins use these spines not just for defense, but also to help them move around, and even to capture food. But why don't all animals have such effective defense mechanisms? Their spines can inject venom into predators, making them think twice before attacking. It's a brilliant evolutionary trait that has helped them survive for millions of years. What do you think about these spiky little guys? Have you ever encountered one? Holy celebrations are known for their vibrant colors and joyous energy. But this next video, captured during a 2024 Holi in India, adds a chilling twist to the festive atmosphere. You saw that, right? This video comes from a 2024 Holi celebration in India. In the footage recorded by attendees, we see a nighttime celebration with a large fire and lots of vibrant activity. But amidst the joyous chaos, a presence lurks in the smoke. Take a close look. Notice that eerie wisp separate from the rest of the bonfire's smoke. It drifts and swirls with an unsettling purpose, almost like a living entity. Its shape, well, let's just say it conjures images of Casper the Friendly Ghost, but with a touch more spectral mischief. Now, skeptics might scoff and say, it's just a trick of the wind, but can you blame us for getting spooked? The way it hovers, seemingly drawn to the festivities, is enough to send shivers down your spine. Was this playful spirit simply enjoying the holy celebration from the other side, or is there something more? One thing's for sure, this video is a haunting reminder that sometimes the unseen world can be closer than we think. The beauty of nature can be captivating, But sometimes, the wilderness holds unexpected encounters. This next video, captured by a couple hiking in Canada, will leave you wanting more.
What is that? Yo, what the fuck is that? Do you see that fucking thing? Oh my god, hold on.
This video comes from Canada, where a couple was on a hiking venture in a forest. As they were chatting and walking, the husband abruptly stopped and quickly grabbed the camera out of his wife's hand. His facial expressions were serious as he panned the camera towards something hunched in the distance. As he zoomed in, we can see some kind of hairy humanoid creature just crouched there in the middle of the forest. As the camera zoomed in further, it lost focus, and the footage became blurry. The creature noticed the couple recording it, stood up, and ran away. The husband can be heard saying it was getting away before the video ended. What was that big thing? While some might see similarities to Bigfoot legends, the details, the furless arms contrasted with the hairy body, don't perfectly match those descriptions. It was pretty weird seeing this creature, and one thing is for sure, it didn't look quite friendly. Nature is full of surprises, and sometimes even familiar creatures can appear otherworldly. This next video shows exactly what I'm talking about. Take a look at these fascinating creatures gliding through the water. The footage you just saw comes from Australia and shows a couple of really weird creatures. In the video, we can see two long, snake-like beings swimming on the surface of the water. These creatures are completely white, and they swim with one following the other. But the truly eye-catching feature is their head. It boasts a unique, wiggly appendage, reminiscent of mythical dragons. So the big question is, are these creatures from another world or another planet? After doing a bit of research, the closest match I found is the white ribbon moray eel. These eels are also white and bear a striking resemblance to the creatures in the video. If these are eels, then it's just another fascinating example of marine life. But if they're not, we might have to consider the possibility of extraterrestrial life on Earth. I really hate parasites. They often go far beyond what we consider acceptable in this world, and this video shows you why. This video was recorded by a group of fishermen who caught a fish with something really weird about it. As they brought the fish on board, they noticed some movement inside its mouth, even though the fish was dead. Curious, the fisherman opened its mouth and found a disgusting, large parasite living there. The video shows them using a screwdriver to pull out this big parasite from the fish's mouth. Once removed, you can see how big and revolting this parasite looks, with its multiple legs wiggling. This parasite is called Kimothoa exigua, or the tongue-eating louse. It enters fish through the gills. The female attaches to the tongue, while the male attaches to the gill arches beneath and behind the female. Their main purpose is to eat the fish's tongue and replace it with themselves. When the fish feeds, they feed instead. It's quite disgusting, but also fascinating to see how nature works in such bizarre ways. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Have you ever come face to face with a majestic moose? If not, let me tell you, it can be quite terrifying. This clip was recorded by a hiker in the Canadian woods, capturing a remarkably close-up encounter with a massive moose. In the video, the hiker is peeking from behind a tree, recording the forest trail. As he films, a colossal moose casually strolls by, looking around as it goes on its way. The moose was just a few feet away from the hiker, allowing us to see its sheer size up close. Look at the trees in the background. This moose is nearly half their height. Moose males range from 800 to 1,300 pounds, with lengths from 7.9 to 10.2 feet, while females range from 600 to 900 pounds, with lengths of 7.5 to 900 pounds, with lengths of 7.5 to 9.8. They can also generate powerful force. I completely understand why the hiker recorded this video from a hiding spot, because if I were there, I would be hiding too. Forget Finding Nemo. This is Finding Nemo's nightmares. The fishy friend in the next clip is bound to blow your mind. Meet a real-life two-headed dragonfish caught in Argentina. Doesn't it look unreal? This video shows a really weird fish that has two heads instead of one coming out from its body. The middle and lower body of this fish are pretty normal, with a singular tail and middle, but when it comes to the head, it has two completely different heads with separate mouths, eyes, and necks. Another weird thing is that this fish is functioning completely fine, with both heads moving and reacting as the cameraman tries to feed them something. It's fascinating to see a genetic mutation as rare as this one, but it raises so many questions. How does it swim in the water with two heads? Which head's direction does it follow? There are a lot of mysteries surrounding this unique creature, but that's nature for you. It always finds a way to surprise us. Tearing down buildings can be a scary job sometimes, and this video from Brazil proves it, as we're about to see something so terrifying that will make you look twice at any hole in the wall. That literally gave me goosebumps. This video comes from a group of construction workers demolishing an old stone building in Brazil when they captured something really terrifying. In the video, we can see a hole in the wall, and through that hole, a creepy and unsettling eyes peeking out. The workers are using a flashlight to see inside the hole, and from the other side, this unknown creature's eye is wide open, curiously observing them. Something about the way this eye is wide open and its large pupil gives me chills. There's a slight possibility that this could be a black cat or another animal, but the way that eye is peeking doesn't look like it's from a furry creature. What was it? What could this thing be? The mystery remains unsolved, and it's enough to make anyone a bit paranoid about unseen creatures lurking in hidden spaces. Remember those giant sandworms from the movie Dune? Well, this next video shows something super cool that looks just like them. But is it real? This video shows a super scary worm-like creature. Right from the start, you can see this thing is huge, with lots of circles of teeth in its mouth. It's moving like it wants to attack something, and its teeth look like they can move separately inside and outside. This thing looks like something out of a scary dream. It also has a weird bumpy brown skin. I can't even imagine how hard it would bite. But don't freak out just yet. This giant worm isn't real. That's right. It's actually a really cool robot made of metal to promote the movie Dune. You can even see people visiting the place taking pictures of it. Whoever made this did an amazing job making it look real. Let's just say, if I ever saw this thing on the street, I would definitely take a different way. Ever seen an animal act? Well, not quite like an animal. This next video, captured on a home security camera, shows some pretty silly raccoon behavior. This video comes from a home security camera and was recorded at nighttime when everyone was fast asleep. In the video, we can see a house driveway with a couple of cars parked on it. Then, 2 raccoons come into the frame and cross the driveway. But the interesting part is that one of them is walking on 2 legs, like a dinosaur. That's right, this mischievous raccoon is strutting across the driveway, like a tiny, masked explorer. Its back is hunched, and its little hands are held high. It's a hilarious sight. Why the 2-legged walk? While raccoons can sometimes stand upright to appear bigger when threatened, this one seems more interested in a goofy midnight stroll. Maybe it's just feeling playful. Or maybe it saw a human walking on 2 legs and decided to give it a try. Long ago, people feared giant sea monsters with tentacles. Turns out, those were just stories. But videos like this make you wonder. What is this dude doing? This video, recorded by a beachgoer, shows an octopus that looks like it's high on something. It's clinging desperately to a brick pillar. Its 8 tentacles moving in a frantic frenzy. They're all tangled together, creating a bizarre, almost comical display. We can't even see the octopus's head beneath the writhing mass of limbs. The sight is oddly reminiscent of the legendary kraken, a monstrous creature from the depths with tentacles as thick as ship masts. Who knows what this octopus is trying to accomplish? Maybe it's attempting to scale the pillar for a better vantage point. But considering its current tangled state, success seems unlikely. Volcanic eruptions are a terrifying force of nature, but for some, they hold a morbid fascination. This eruption of Mount Canlaon in the Philippines definitely fits the bill. We got 2 clips here, with the first showing the raw power of this eruption with a thermal map visualization. We see a massive plume of ash and smoke erupt in an instant, expanding rapidly for miles across the landscape. The second clip brings the eruption to life with real-life footage captured by local residents in Canlaon. The sheer height and ferocity of the ash cloud are on full display. Mount Canlaon spewed a colossal ash plume that stretched an impressive 3 miles into the sky. This eruption forced the evacuation of hundreds of residents living nearby. Dozens of flights were also cancelled due to the massive ash cloud. You can only imagine how terrifying this must have been for the local population. Volcanic eruptions often trigger earthquakes and can blanket the sky in ash for days. Thankfully, there were no reported deaths in this event, and everyone was evacuated to safety. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. We've all seen adorable videos of animals crossing roads with their young in tow, but this next clip features some unexpected road trippers. Hold on a sec. Did you just see that? This incredible footage, captured by a hiker in Canada, shows a group of fish attempting to, well, cross the road. The camera pans across the empty road, but instead of cars or pedestrians, we see a line of 3 or 4 fish determinedly crawling their way across the pavement. Following each other in a determined line, they wiggle and squirm with all their might in their quest to reach the other side. The video ends with them heading towards a puddle created by recent rainfall on the roadside. It's certainly an odd sight. Fish aren't exactly built for navigating asphalt. This clip raises 2 big questions. First, how did these fish know there was water on the other side of the road? And second, how are they managing to move their bodies across the rough surface? Nature truly is full of surprises, and this fishy feat is a perfect example. Imagine living in a house for 5 years and then, completely out of the blue, discovering a hidden basement. Talk about an unexpected surprise. This TikTok video from a homeowner captures the moment he uncovers a secret basement in his own house after 5 years of living there. The brief clip shows a rickety staircase leading down into the dark unknown. The uneven steps and dusty air hint at the basement's age and disuse. As the homeowner shines his flashlight down the stairs, we get a glimpse of the worn-out interior. There's not much to see, but the darkness definitely sparks the imagination. The video ends here, leaving us with more questions than answers. Would you dare to explore this hidden space? What secrets might it hold? The thought of someone potentially living down there without the homeowner's knowledge is certainly unsettling, even creepier. What if someone emerged from the shadows as he filmed? Let's be honest. After this discovery, most people would probably opt to keep the basement sealed and the mystery unsolved. You know you're in Florida when the morning commute involves an alligator and some territorial cranes.
Oh my god.
This hilarious clip, captured by a driver on their morning commute in Florida, shows a strange encounter on the road. A baby alligator is slowly crossing the street, followed by 3 large cranes. It appears as if the cranes are trying to usher the gator across the road, but their motives remain unclear. Even after the alligator reaches the other side, the cranes don't stop. They spread their wings, seemingly attempting to intimidate the smaller creature. Perhaps they were trying to protect their territory or simply exhibiting territorial behavior. Faced with this unexpected harassment, the little gator makes a dash for the water, with the cranes in hot pursuit. The video ends with the alligator successfully evading its pursuers. Who knew cranes could be such bullies, even targeting a creature as seemingly ferocious as an alligator? Cranes, you better hope Mama Gator doesn't hear about this. Even the bravest among us can get spooked by Mother Nature's raw power. This next clip is sure to give you chills thinking about nature. Believe it or not, this isn't a scene from a science fiction movie, but real footage captured by a tourist on a beach. The video opens with a seemingly ordinary beach scene, but the dark, fast-moving clouds hint at something ominous. Suddenly, a swirling vortex emerges from the menacing clouds, crashing down onto the ocean surface with a resounding boom. That's right, a tornado forming right before our eyes in just 3 seconds. This phenomenon, known as a waterspout, is a whirling column of air and water mist that forms over water. There are actually 2 types of waterspouts: fair weather waterspouts, which are less dangerous, and tornadic waterspouts, which are essentially tornadoes that form over water or move from land to water. The one in this video appears to be a tornadic waterspout, making it all the more awe-inspiring and nerve-wracking. Have you ever seen something so strange it makes you question reality? This next video is exactly that.
I'm scared!
This bizarre clip comes from a homeowner who heard a faint tapping noise on her front door. Assuming it was her child, she grabbed her phone to record, but what she captured is truly out of the ordinary. The video shows a strange, slug-like creature clinging to the glass door with a mysterious, string-like material. The creature's slimy exterior and undulating movements are certainly alien-looking, Its body has a vaguely snake-like quality, but it also resembles a slug. The most unusual detail is the string attaching it to the door, seemingly acting as an anchor. While the exact nature of this creature is unclear, some viewers have offered a more logical explanation. It's possible this is a spider or similar insect entangled in a web with a harmless snake or worm caught alongside it. Regardless of the explanation, this homeowner definitely got a shock. Let's just say, if I saw something like that on my front door, I'd be using the back door for a very long time. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Our minds are wired to create narratives. See a hand? We conjure up stories about its origin. But this video from Thailand will leave you genuinely spooked and guessing. This unsettling clip comes from a homeowner in Thailand who noticed something strange on his roof. The video shows a small gap between the roof and a wall. But what truly sends shivers down your spine is what appears from this opening. A hand. The hand itself is the stuff of nightmares. With 5 distinct human-like fingers and unnaturally sharp nails, it appears to be reaching out, grasping for something unseen. Its black, textured skin vaguely resembles a primate's hand, but I am certain no monkey I know sports such menacing claws. So, whose hand is it? The homeowner seeks answers in the comments below. Share your thoughts. What do you think this creepy appendage belongs to? Dean Schneider, the Lion Man, is known for his close relationship with lions. However, even the best animal relationships can have moments of tension, as this next video shows. That's Dean perched precariously in a tree. This video, filmed by Schneider himself in Africa, shows a very different side of his life with lions. Here he's not cuddling, he's being chased. The video opens with Dean in a precarious situation. He's standing on a tree branch with a determined lion hot on his heels. The lion leaps and tries to climb the tree, but its weight proves too much. After a tense few minutes, other lions join the scene, playfully interacting with each other at the base of the tree. All the while, Dean remains perched above, strategizing his escape. The video cuts out before we see Dean's escape, but knowing his experiences, he likely found a way down safely. This intense encounter wasn't uncommon for Dean. He's even been attacked by a lion in the past, sustaining an arm injury, but thankfully making a full recovery. Ghost and spirit sightings are often associated with desolate places like abandoned buildings and forests. But some believe graveyards are prime territory for paranormal encounters, as seen in this chilling video from Mexico.
Ah, no mames.
This footage captures a man's experience at a graveyard during a late-night shift change. As he walks by, he spots a young girl in the distance and, fearing for her safety, starts recording and enters the cemetery. The video shows the cameraman visibly shaken, his breathing heavy as he sees a girl dressed in white in the distance. He runs towards her, only to find the spot empty upon arrival. He searches further, his heart pounding, until the girl appears again, standing beside some graves. Driven by concern, he rushes towards her. But once again, she vanishes without a trace. It's as if she's playing a terrifying game of hide and seek in the dead of night. The video ends with the girl's final disappearance, leaving the cameraman visibly shaken, while some viewers might believe this encounter is paranormal. Others might offer more grounded explanations. It's important to note that the cameraman's fear and concern do seem genuine, adding to the overall eeriness of the video. Some folks subscribe to the theory that the world is secretly run by reptilian humanoids. While I wasn't exactly a believer, this video from California has me raising an eyebrow.
Holy crap! Holy...
The footage, captured at night in a remote California forest, shows a man venturing deep into the woods with only a flashlight to guide him. As he scans the darkness, the camera picks up a strange figure moving in the distance. The figure is tall and imposing, with a humanoid gait. What's truly unsettling is its apparent texture. The flashlight reveals a reptilian-like quality to its head, arms, and body, contrasting with its human-like shape. The figure casually walks through the woods until it seems to notice the camera. It freezes, locking eyes with the lens for a few seconds before disappearing back into the undergrowth. The video cuts out there, leaving us with more questions than answers. The grainy footage and limited visibility make definitive identification impossible. However, one thing's for sure, this encounter is unlike anything I've seen before. What do you think? A shadowy figure playing tricks on the camera, or something more extraordinary? Abandoned buildings often spark the imagination, and tales of ghostly encounters are frequently associated with them. This next video, captured by a construction worker, adds to the eerie atmosphere.
Assalamu alaikum.
This spooky clip features a late-night shift for a construction worker. While working in a deserted building, he notices a strange sight. Two heads peeking out from a doorway in the hallway. The camera work is shaky, but the figures appear to be two children. Alarmed, the construction worker calls out to them, but the figures remain motionless, simply staring back at the camera. The video captures the worker's growing apprehension as he cautiously approaches the doorway. Just as he gets close, the figures disappear back into the room. The worker quickly shines his light inside, expecting to find two children, but the room is completely empty. The video ends without any explanation for the strange occurrence. The video ends with this unsettling discovery. The two heads remain unexplained, their appearance an unsettling mystery. Perhaps they were a clever prank by unseen troublemakers, or maybe something more. This next video, I found deep in the bowels of Reddit, is going to terrify you. It'll make you think twice about grabbing a midnight drink from the kitchen. The clip was recorded by a homeowner who'd been experiencing mysterious disappearances from their kitchen for weeks. Living alone, they decided to set up a camera to catch the culprit. What they captured is sure to send shivers down your spine. The video shows a head peeking out from behind the kitchen door. It's unlike anything you've ever seen, with dead eyes that seem to pierce straight from hell. For a chilling 15 seconds, the head bobs up and down, seemingly examining the camera. It appears to notice the camera's presence, retreating cautiously after its inspection. The humanoid features are unsettling, but the vacant, lifeless eyes make this thing resemble a nightmarish zombie. Now, the homeowner faces a difficult decision. Allow this entity to continue pilfering their belongings or sell their home and start fresh somewhere else. What do you think he should do? Thinking about adopting a pet. This next clip might help you decide. This dramatic footage comes from a security camera installed in a cat shelter. The video shows a tense standoff between a resident feline and a rather unwelcome visitor. A cobra, the unsuspecting cat, is relaxing in its enclosure when the cobra slithers in, but this cat is no pushover. It displays remarkable alertness, noticing the snake immediately. Before the cobra can strike, the cat takes the offensive, swatting at it with its paws. The cobra, determined to get its meal, tries to retaliate with a bite. The video captures a flurry of movement as the cat and snake go back and forth, trading blows. In the end, the cat manages to fend off the cobra, which retreats from the enclosure. The cat's quick reflexes and awareness of its surroundings are truly impressive. The way it peeks out of its box just as the cobra approaches shows remarkable intelligence. I wouldn't mind if my cat had that kind of alertness, instead of napping on my lap all day. The Bigfoot mystery just won't die, will it? Every so often, a new sighting stirs up debate, keeping the legend alive.
Oh shit, there it is again, there it is. There it is. Oh my god. There it is, there it is. It's right behind that tree.
This clip is from Alaska. It seems to be somewhere deep in the wild. You can hear the calming sound of a stream in the background, but don't get too comfortable. Do you see that between the trees? Our man is clearly spooked, and we can hear the tremor in his voice. It's easy to understand why. Only parts of this mysterious creature are visible, adding to the tension. One moment it's there, the next, it vanishes among the trees. Is this the elusive Bigfoot, or is this staged? The only reason that makes me say this is that our man is talking while recording. If he's seeing something that big and unknown, wouldn't he rather be quiet and hide? Why doesn't it cross his mind that it can hear him and attack him? Anyways, it's not enough to conclude one way or another. The mystery remains. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, this footage will surely leave you curious. Buying a new home is supposed to be a dream come true, but for this woman, it quickly turned into a nightmare.
We just bought a home, and I think somebody may have been schmurdered in it, because tonight we had a leak in our laundry room. But, what is this? There is literal footprints in this stuff. I am freaking out right now.
It all started with a simple leak in the laundry room. Now, what's odd is that the laundry room was the only place upstairs with flooring. Because of the leak, they had to rip out the flooring, and that's when they discovered something truly chilling. Dried out remnants of a red substance puddle, complete with footprints in it. You see that? I know what anyone would think when seeing it. Something was badly injured in there. She says she is freaking out, and understandably. But boy, is she composed for the video. No, lady, you are not overreacting. In fact, you are underreacting if anything. It's definitely not paint. You are 100% justified to be spooked. This looks like the beginning of a horror movie. And more importantly, you need to get out of there. If it were me, I would be dialing the cops immediately and just leave the house. What do you think? Is there a logical explanation? Let us know in the comments. This person is driving in the rain, following another car. Through the rain-streaked glass, we can see something eerie in the back seat of the car ahead. You spot that creepy figure? It looks straight out of a horror movie. It's a woman, but not just any woman. She looks possessed. Her eyes are literally glowing, and she's turned around staring right at the car behind, making bizarre gestures. The people recording this are not scared, but rather cheering in a perplexed way. They seem to be enjoying the show, but should they be? Do they know something that we don't? Is this some elaborate prank, or is it something more sinister? And who's driving that car with the possessed-looking woman in the back? Could it really be some kind of paranormal activity? What do you think? Witnessing a spooky encounter? Or just some great acting? Check this wild clip out of Romania. A humanoid creature caught on camera. Looks humanoid, but way too short. And it's walking on two legs. But look closer. It's limping like it's hurt. It even uses one of its limbs to steady itself on the car. What in the world could that be? I've never seen anything like it. Could it be an alien? Maybe it crashed, landed and got hurt? Or is it something much more mundane? Just an old person, perhaps, but distorted by some kind of light illusion to look like something else entirely. Alien or illusion? What do you think? This one's a real head-scratcher. Check this out. A giant crab right near the shore. And when I say giant, I mean the size of a tortoise. It's absolutely massive and honestly, pretty terrifying. Look at those spikes. It's just sitting there completely still. It makes you wonder, is it really a crab or some kind of sculpture? But it looks way too real. And those pincers. They look like they could cut a human in half. Seriously, imagine getting too close to that thing. Near the steps? Is that another crab? Really, two of them? Yep, my fear of the oceans is totally justified. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This next clip is intense. Actually, it's a slow dance between patience and peril. Our man is recording this bear, and this bear seems to be a smart cookie. It takes its time, moving a few steps forward, testing the waters. The man knows the danger is real, but he has to keep his composure. If he runs, it's game over. The bear stops, and so does he. Then the bear starts moving again slowly, and our man takes a few more cautious steps back. The bear pauses again, and then, out of nowhere, it rushes towards him. That's all we have. The video cuts off abruptly. I hope the person is okay and it didn't end badly for him. This really makes you think about wild animals and humans encroaching on their space. We need to find a balance. It's our responsibility to respect their habitat and coexist peacefully. Building on our last bear encounter, here's another wild one. This bear wants a piece of this rider. It knows it's got a healthy, fulfilling meal if it catches hold of him. The rider is waving his hands, trying to shoo the bear away, but the bear isn't budging. As he turns away, the bear lunges, but the man keeps his cool. He starts his bike, trying to slowly move forward. The bear takes another swipe at him. Lucky for our rider, another vehicle on the road makes some noise, and the bear gets spooked and runs to the other side of the road. The video cuts off there. Wild animals are dangerous. That's a given. We've already talked about how humans are encroaching on wild spaces. This road through the forest is a prime example. Obviously, we'll see more encounters like this, but the real highlight here is the importance of staying calm and composed in such situations. Panic can make things worse, but keeping your cool, like this man did, can be a lifesaver. Remember the Chucky doll from the Child's Play and Chucky movies? Creepy little guy, right? Now, imagine if you had a chance to take one home. Would you? Well, watch this clip before you decide. A Chucky doll is just chilling on a sofa, and a kid is playing on the ground with another doll. Innocent enough, right? But as we zoom in, check this out. The Chucky doll is staring right into the camera. Super creepy. The way it's positioned, with its head fixed directly on the camera, doesn't feel natural at all. It's almost like it knows it's being watched. Those eyes, unblinking, locked onto the lens, as if it's aware of your every move, gives you the chills, doesn't it? What do you think? Coincidence or something more sinister? Would you dare to take this doll home now? Let us know in the comments if you think there's more to this than meets the eye. What you're about to see is pure madness. Seriously, this is an expert's job. We've got a wild clip of man versus beast right on the side of a road. This guy's got nerves of steel. He's trying to catch a crocodile. Or is it an alligator? I can never tell the difference. If you know an easy way to remember, drop it in the comments. The guy moves in like he's done this 1,000 times. He hooks the mouth and the beast goes into its infamous death roll. But nope, not today. He manages to catch it and tie its mouth shut. Then, he picks it up like it's a house pet and carries it to his truck. One wrong move and he could lose an arm. This is some next level bravery and skill. What do you think? Would you ever attempt something like this? Probably not, right? Best to leave this kind of stuff to the experts. Hold on to your seats for this one. We're diving back to 1958, right into the heart of an atomic blast underwater. A calm ocean, birds chirping peacefully. It's almost too serene. And then boom! The underwater blast hits and the ocean literally explodes. The sheer force is mind-blowing. But it doesn't stop there. Another blast, or maybe an aftershock, follows, sending a massive cloud of water and smoke shooting into the sky. The visuals are something else. That pure white color, so pristine yet so haunting. It's wild how something so dangerous can be so mesmerizingly beautiful. What do you think? You can never be too cautious. Seriously, check this out.
Oh, ขึ้นมาได้โอ้มาไงฮะเนี่ย
A snake hiding inside the handle of a bike. Just look at where it's lurking. How many of us would have even noticed it? One swift motion, and bam! It could easily bite your hand while riding. Maybe this person just got lucky. This is a stark reminder to always stay vigilant. But even then, Sometimes it's just not enough. Do you think you would have noticed? Speaking of snakes, here's a wild clip straight from the depths of the ocean. A sea snake devouring another snake hole. Can you believe it? Not even sure if the other snake is dead, but it's getting swallowed right before our eyes. Look closely. It seems like it's taking in water through its mouth, or maybe that's just the pressure from being eaten whole. This is a stark reminder of what snakes can do. These are magnificent creatures, built to be apex predators. So next time you see a snake, don't think, just run in the opposite direction. After that brutal scene, let's shift to something truly magnificent.
That tree's huge, bro. Imagine hauling ass on your boat.
This man is rowing his boat on a river, and beneath the surface, you can see the base of a cypress tree. Obviously, it's been cut. Cypress trees can get absolutely massive. Just look at this one. Imagine it in all its glory. Just think about how big it could be. Cypress trees are some of the largest trees you'll find. They can grow to be hundreds of feet tall, with trunks so wide you can't even wrap your arms around them. And millions of years ago, trees like these were even bigger. Ancient forests were filled with giant trees that towered over everything. Isn't it amazing to think about how these natural giants have stood the test of time? Here's something you don't see every day. Nature's wonder, or should I saw blunder? Check out this. Look at its neck. What's up with that bend halfway through? Maybe it broke its neck when it was small, and somehow survived to tell its tale. Isn't it amazing how life always finds a way? Even with that weird neck, this animal seems to be doing just fine. It's incredible how resilient nature can be. What do you think about this unusual sight? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Speaking of nature, here's something supernatural straight from the Philippines. This security footage captures something truly scary in the dead of night. A silent, empty street, and then out of nowhere, this bike starts moving on its own. The motion sensors detect it and turn the lights on, casting eerie shadows. The bike goes in a circle a few times, almost like it's being ridden by an invisible force, and then it's off. It speeds away into the night. Seriously, does anyone have a logical explanation for this, apart from saying it's staged, which it sure doesn't look like? What could this be? A ghost rider? Videos like this make us wonder, are spirits and ghosts actually real? What do you think? An alien-looking baby octopus, completely jet black in color. Just look at this amazing creature, shooting water like it's got a built-in squirt gun. Probably its defense mechanism, right? Now, enter another amazing creature, man's best friend, the dog. This is where it gets amusing. The little octopus is spraying water at the dog, and the dog is getting totally spooked. It's hilarious to watch. The little octopus doesn't realize its defense mechanism doesn't count for much here, but hey, it's adorable. And the dog's curious reaction, just as amusing. Thank God this octopus is a baby. Just imagine this in its full size. It probably could have swallowed the dog whole, and maybe made some space for its human too. Good thing for the dog and its owner that it's not. What do you think about this cute and funny encounter? Take a look at this fascinating creature. No, it's not an alien. This is from right here on Earth, thriving in the oceans. It's a sea urchin, probably in an aquarium. What does this remind you of? To me, it looks just like the alien symbiote from the Venom movies. How amazing is nature? The sheer number of creatures nature has cooked up is truly mind-blowing. The diversity is incredible. What else is still hiding from us? What other creatures are out there, especially in the depths of the ocean? Our world has gone completely digital. Digital products have taken over our lives. One standout example: Tesla cars.
Why is my Tesla showing me that someone is following me on the way home? It moves when I change lanes and it has been following us for about 10 minutes. I have been having my Tesla for over a year and I have never experienced something like this.
These incredible pieces of engineering have made our lives so much easier. But here's something we never expected from Tesla: capturing or recognizing the supernatural. This Tesla user noticed something eerie. His Tesla showing someone following them. Look at this. Could that really be a person? A car just passed right through that figure. So, could this be something supernatural? Did Tesla find conclusive evidence of ghosts and spirits? What do you think? Get ready for this one. A video of a pack of moths. So many of them, all swarming around. The sheer number of moths is just insane. It's like something out of a horror movie. And the sound, oh, that constant buzzing sound. It is enough to make your skin crawl. Just look at the sight. And then there's this guy. Kudos to him for handling these moths with his bare hands. What do you think about this creepy, crawly scene? Seriously, I wouldn't go near them. Would you be brave enough to do this? Not sure what exactly this is. I've got mixed feelings about it. Should I marvel at this extraordinary view or worry about the potential disaster it could lead to? Here's lava gushing out of a summit, but it doesn't look like your typical volcanic eruption. People are just standing around capturing the video. No panic whatsoever. It's only a few seconds of eruption, and then it seems to calm down. If anyone knows where and what this is, enlighten us in the comments. As I said, it's magnificent to watch and terrifying to think about. How many of you remember the Yellowstone eruption from the movie 2012? That scene still gives me nightmares, especially whenever I hear any news about Yellowstone. For our very first video, let's head to Mexico, where things are about to get weird. A security camera on a country road has captured a very peculiar sighting. And let me assure you, this footage seems genuine and untouched. The camera catches a tiny creature scurrying across the road. And here's the kicker. It's walking on two legs. Now, that's unusual. Most small creatures we know of tend to go on all fours. So, I ask you, what do you think this is? The popular guess, a goblin. Yep, not the Spider-Man kind, but the creepy ones from European folklore. Goblins are known to be small, monstrous, and grotesque. Is that why they stay hidden, only to pop up in rare sightings like this? What's even more unsettling is that goblins are often linked to all sorts of mischief and malevolence. Could these creatures really exist, lurking in the shadows for centuries? And if they do, What kind of abilities might they possess? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? One thing's for sure, the next time you're on a lonely road, you might want to keep an eye out for these mysterious beings. What do you think is the most dangerous job on the planet? Roofers, miners, logging workers. Sure, those are risky. But what if I told you the real terror lies in a job you'd never suspect? That's right. Being a janitor in an art museum might just be the scariest gig out there. Don't believe me? Watch this.
Okay, you can do this. Just ignore the statues. They're not demons. It's fine. You got this. You got this. Oh, God. Oh, God.
As the museum closes and the janitor is left alone, tasked with cleaning up, it seems straightforward enough. But look closer. The dimly lit halls, the eerie sculptures, and those lifeless statues create an atmosphere that shifts from mundane to downright creepy. Every creak and shadow becomes a potential nightmare. The thought of those statues coming to life isn't just a fleeting fear. It's a constant chilling dread. Imagine being alone with these silent, staring figures night after night. No matter how tough you are, the mind has its own demons to conjure up. Can you handle the anxiety? How much would you demand to take on this job? And more importantly, is it worth it? Personally, I'd be out the door faster than you can say haunted museum. So, would you take up the challenge? Or would the fear of the unknown be too much to bear? What do you think it looked like when the meteors that killed the dinosaurs hit the ground? Or the seconds after the atom bombs exploded in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Well, we don't need computer simulations to visualize that. This real-life clip comes chillingly close. Watch this. Isn't that both spectacular and downright heart-stopping? This is an extremely close dashcam video of the Tianjin port explosion from 2015. There were two explosions approximately 30 seconds apart. The first explosion resulted from an overheated container of dry nitrocellulose, and the second was due to the detonation of about 800 tons of ammonium nitrate. Just look at how, within seconds, the night transforms into an eerie daylight. As the initial explosion subsides and the natural elements begin to return to normal, the second explosion occurs. It's even bigger than the first. The aftershock wave rips through the scene, the brightness off the charts. You can see how far the fireball debris is flung. Imagine being near there. Your eardrums would take a serious beating. Next on our watch list is a video with little direct evidence, a lot of circumstantial clues, and the eyewitness account of a brother and sister. They claim this video is from 2006, captured in the enchanted forest of Tofino. According to them, they saw a 7-foot-tall humanoid figure about 50 meters away. The sister immediately took out her camera and captured this.
Quick, stay! Stay back!
At first glance, it doesn't seem like much. We catch a glimpse of what appears to be a black creature. It could just be a bear. But the siblings insist it was humanoid and not a bear. They waited for 15 minutes before going to the spot where they saw the creature. There, they found some indentation in the ground, which the brother claims could be a footprint. The curious aspect of all this is why the creature ran away the moment she took out the camera and started recording. It's very unlike a bear to do that. This is what has me puzzled. Could this really be a 7-foot humanoid figure in the middle of nowhere? Dare I say it? Was that genuine footage of a Bigfoot? Ponder on that. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. This next clip is one of the spookiest videos I have ever seen. It features a cave discovered between China and Mongolia. The strange thing, the entrance is artificially blocked. Even spookier are the strange noises and roars heard from inside. Play the clip of a cave with an artificially blocked entrance was discovered between China and Mongolia. Strange noises and roars are heard coming from inside. It's bizarre. How can you hear such noises from a cave with a blocked entrance? But this got me thinking about a topic that has troubled curious minds and history buffs for centuries. The burial place of Genghis Khan. Since the 13th century, people have searched for his final resting place, but have yet to find it. I know it sounds far-fetched, but could this be it? A hidden cave between China and Mongolia, its entrance blocked, and strange sounds emitting from within. Something to ponder. I've seen countless clips of scary and creepy phenomena. Finding unexplainable occurrences in abandoned buildings is spooky, but expected. You know something is bound to go wrong.
Jesus Christ. Everything's going all... Look, there's a poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh! That! Oh! No, this. Holy shit!
Something has gone terribly wrong with the electronics in this office. Lights flicker erratically, alarms blare, and computers and other devices glow unnaturally. That green glowing device looks like one of the bots from Transformers, ready to come to life. Everything is going haywire. The whole scene feels like a movie where machines are about to take over. As much as our guy is panicking, he doesn't seem scared. He thinks it's just an electrical issue. But then, this happens. Did you see that? The door slammed shut with a vengeance. There's no wind, and it felt like some invisible force did it to make a point. The scare factor just shot through the roof with that door slam. Our man bolts out of there. I would too, if I were in his shoes. Does anyone know what and where this was? Please share in the comments. I'd really like to know what happened there. Thought of what lurks in the ocean's unexplored depths sends shivers down my spine. Science tells us we've only discovered about 5%, leaving the remaining 95% a vast mystery. And videos like this one only fuel the intrigue.
Не страшно к нему подплывать?
Believe it or not, this isn't a scene from a science fiction movie, but real footage captured by surfers on a beach. The video shows a colossal, monstrous-looking creature washed ashore. At first glance, it looks like something straight out of a nightmare. But as the cameraman gets closer, we see it's actually a giant crab. This thing is massive. A huge body with ferocious-looking legs and spiked claws. In the video, the crab appears motionless, likely deceased, but still surprisingly well preserved. It's undeniably creepy to see a crab of this size. Even the little ones are scary with their pinchy claws, but the thought of this behemoth grabbing you. Of course, some skeptics claim it's a fake, possibly a giant plastic model for a tourist attraction. It does look almost too perfect to be real. But who would put something like that on a beat? Talk about scaring the living daylights out of people. Ever stumbled upon an internet video so bizarre and horrifying that you prayed with all your might it wouldn't be real? Well, buckle up, because this next one is exactly that. What in the world is that? This video, from Arizona, captured something straight out of everyone's worst nightmares. We see a colossal centipede, easily 8 feet long, slithering across a field. This ain't your average creepy crawly. This monstrosity has legs that resemble those of some unknown beast. The way it moves is pure nightmare fuel, like something summoned from the depths of hell. Viewers are speculating that this might be an Arthropleura, an extinct species of giant millipede-like creature. But wait, if it's extinct, how did this video come to be? Here's where I offer a bit of relief. This video is actually generated. Even though it's fake, this 300 million year old monstrosity is still pretty terrifying. Thank goodness those things went extinct before humans arrived on the scene. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Remember how, as kids, we all believed mermaids were real? Well, a recent TikTok video has me questioning everything again. A TikTok user uploaded a crazy video that's reignited mermaid fever in everyone. The video pans towards the water, revealing a strange, almost invisible creature lurking beneath the surface. It's long and yellow, with a visible tail. So far, so fishy. But here's where things get interesting. If you look closely, you can kind of see an outline resembling a human torso. Put that together with the tail, and you get the mermaid vibes all over. Now, most people will say it's not clear enough to definitively claim mermaid, and they're probably right. Our brains love to fill in the blanks, especially when things are blurry. But hey, if it's not a mermaid, then what is it? That's the million-dollar question. If you have any ideas, hit us up in the comments below. Otherwise, maybe we can all just believe in a little mermaid magic. Ever love finding those hidden Easter eggs and secret passages in video games? Well, this explorer stumbled upon something similar, but way cooler in real life.
Uitați-vă și voi, acolo este galeria. Uitați-vă și voi cât e de mare galeria. Aici se pare că este capătul grotei.
This video follows an explorer on a forest hike who comes across a giant tree with a gaping hole at its base. Curiosity piqued, the explorer grabs his headlamp and squeezes through the opening. It's a decent-sized space, perfect for setting up camp in a pinch. But that's not where the real discovery lies. There's another, even smaller, opening beneath the tree. Our intrepid explorer starts digging away the dirt blocking it. After a bit of work, he wriggles through the new opening, and to everyone's surprise, there's a long, hidden passage stretching out before him. The explorer ventures down the tunnel, which appears to be man-made. It's like something out of a childhood hideout dream. After a while of walking, the passage reaches a dead end. Here, the explorer spots some animal bones scattered around. The video ends there, leaving us with a sense of wonder. Who knew a simple tree could hold such a secret? You bet I'm checking under every tree from now on, hoping to find a hidden passage of my own. There's something undeniably creepy about fast, large creatures, but add in the unknown, and things get seriously unsettling. This next video, captured on a ranch, is a prime example.
My miss. That shit's going off fast. That's not a person at all, bro. That shit disappeared.
Hold on a sec. What on earth was that? This video comes from a rancher in Ojai who caught something bizarre on camera during his morning routine. We see the cameraman panning across the fields, where a small figure can be seen sprinting in the distance. It's moving incredibly fast and has a vaguely humanoid shape. The cameraman himself seems confused. At first he thinks it's a person, but then realizes no human could move that quickly across open ground. Viewers who've seen the video are speculating it might be a skinwalker, a terrifying shapeshifter from Native American legend. And if that's the case, its crazy sprint across the field wasn't just for exercise. It was probably trying to lure the cameraman in. Yikes. Being stalked is creepy enough, but when the stalker's a ferocious predator, that's a whole new level of terrifying. This next video comes straight from Indonesia, and it'll make your skin crawl.
Nak, minggir nak. Aku nggak ganggu, nak.
This homeowner in Indonesia captured some truly horrifying footage. In the video, we hear the homeowner, who's also the cameraman, yelling towards the bushes. He clearly spotted something and is trying to scare it off. Suddenly, a pair of glowing eyes pierces the darkness from the bushes, staring right into the camera. Those eyes are pure nightmare fuel. The homeowner keeps yelling, and eventually it works. The creature retreats back into the woods, but as it walks away, we get a glimpse of its body, a massive, ferocious tiger. These tigers are wild, powerful, and incredibly territorial. Once they set their sights on prey, there's not much you can do to stop them. Dolls are creepy, especially those old ones with their vacant stares. They scare the hell out of me every time. This next video perfectly captures why I avoid them like the plague. Seriously creepy stuff. This video was recorded by a homeowner who woke up to his daughter's doll singing. In the video, we see the doll perched right next to his bed on the nightstand. As he films, you can hear the slow, eerie singing coming from the doll. He zooms in on its face, and guess what? It's blinking along with the song. Now, maybe there's some built-in blinking function. But if not, well, let's just say this doll is giving me major possession vibes. Sure, dolls can malfunction sometimes, but singing randomly while blinking its eyes? Nope, I'd be out of that house faster than you can say haunted doll. Zip lines are a blast, but safety is key. This next video shows exactly why you shouldn't mess around when it comes to ziplining. That's one hairy situation. This GoPro footage comes from an adventure enthusiast who had a zipline experience gone wrong. Right from the start, we see a red flag. The person is using their hands to move the carabiner down the zipline. Big no. Those things are supposed to glide freely. Anyway, they take off, but there's a weird grinding noise coming from the carabiner as it scrapes against the rope. Sounds like it's about to melt or shred any moment. But things get even worse when they reach the middle of the line. stuck. A giant knot has brought them to a complete standstill, dangling thousands of feet in the air. Talk about terrifying. The video ends there, but let's just say this person got to the other side. Not unscathed though. All that friction from holding onto the rope left their hands injured. So who's to blame? The zipline company or the adventurer? Well, this one's on the person. Some simple precautions like leather gloves and an extra carabiner could have turned this disaster into a fun ride. Lesson learned. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Forests can be incredibly calming and beautiful. Nature at its finest. But pine forests, they're a whole different story.
It is 8 in the morning. That's insane.
This TikTok video, uploaded by a woman, shows just how creepy these woods can be, even in broad daylight. Take a look. They look like they stepped right out of a horror movie. Dense trees and thick shadows block out the sun, making it impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. The woman mentions that it's like this even in the morning. Yikes. Can you imagine at night? Just thinking about what creatures might be lurking in there unseen sends shivers down my spine. On top of that, it's a pine forest, which is a prime place to get lost. All those identical trees and the soft pine needles muffling every sound create an eerie silence. Super scary, but here's a surprising twist. Even though it looks dark on camera, it's actually not that bad once you're inside. There's still decent visibility. So, pine forests. Beautiful, but definitely a little creepy too. Crocodiles. Those ferocious hunters of the land and water. But even apex predators can get a surprising twist from nature. And sometimes it's an advantage. This video takes us back to 2001, to a crocodile farm in Samut Prakan, Thailand. Staff there were stunned by a truly bizarre birth. In the video, a farm worker shows off a strange sight, which is a conjoined crocodile. These twins share two separate heads and bodies, but are joined at the hip. Despite this unusual anatomy, they seem to be handling daily tasks just fine. Eating is no problem. Walking, however, is a bit of a challenge. With two bodies, they need to learn to coordinate their movements. Vets were consulted about a possible separation surgery, but it was deemed too risky at the time. Thankfully, the crocs appear healthy for now. Conjoined twins and humans often face a tough battle for survival. But in the animal kingdom, things are a bit different. Nature has its own way of working things out, and sometimes these mutations can even be beneficial. Unknown objects on the ground? We can walk over and check them out. But strange lights in the sky? Unknown flying object for sure, right? This next video, recorded by a resident of Sao Paulo, definitely has us scratching our heads. This video comes from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and it shows a strange, unidentified flying object in the night sky. We can see clouds scattered across the darkness, but among them is a strange object with several small red lights, slowly moving upwards. It's not massive, but it's definitely not tiny either, and it's hovering in place. As for its shape, it kind of looks like two pyramids stuck together upside down. It's hard to say for sure what it actually looks like due to the darkness. But the way the lights move and the slow hovering flight pattern are definitely weird. People are divided on what it could be. Some say it's a drone, while others think it's just a lantern. Drones typically aren't that big, sure, and they can have light, but they don't usually look like that. Now, the lantern theory is interesting. We can make lanterns in all sorts of shapes and sizes. But then what about those multiple red lights? It's definitely confusing. This sighting is a head-scratcher for sure. Unknown flying object or not, it's definitely something strange up in the sky over Sao Paulo. The ocean, if it's calm and serene, can be the most beautiful sight on Earth. But when things get rough, it can turn into a nightmare in a heartbeat, just like in these next videos. I found a compilation of videos online that show the ocean at its most ferocious. The kind of stuff that makes you think twice about ever setting sail again. The first clip shows massive mountain-sized waves churning the water into a frenzy. The ship looks like a tiny toy battling to stay afloat, but somehow manages to weather the storm. In the next clip, the waves are like a monstrous hand, tossing the ship up and down with ease. It's a helpless giant at the mercy of the ocean's power. And the last video. Buckle up. This wave is a skyscraper in disguise, crashing down on the boat with unbelievable force. But somehow, thanks to some incredible engineering, the ship manages to hold its own. These ocean storms are terrifying, but seeing these ships battle through them is equally awe-inspiring. It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and design. Russia, land of mystery. This next video shows a creature pulled from the depths that'll leave you scratching your head.
Наткнулся на скелет какого-то непонятного животного. Сам не пойму, кто это.
This video, shot by someone unknown, shows the bizarre remains of a large creature found near a lake. In the video, we see the lake at first. As the camera pans to the side, we get a good look at the creature's skeleton. And let me tell you, it's creepy. This thing's skeleton is long and slender, with a clear spine, ribcage, and a long face. It's like a mashup of land and water. The lower body has a fish-like tail, but the upper body and face are completely different. And to top it all off, when the camera zooms in on the mouth, we see sharp human-like teeth. Nobody knows what this thing is. I did some digging online, but came up empty-handed. If you have any idea what this could be, let us know in the comments. Security cameras are supposed to make us feel safe, but sometimes they catch stuff that makes you go, huh? This next video is a prime example. This creepy security camera footage shows a car parked in the driveway. But that's not all. There are also some strange little creatures hanging out next to it. These aren't your usual squirrels or raccoons. They look totally different. They kind of waddle like penguins, which is just bizarre for driveway critters. The owner who uploaded the video claims they even found deep claw marks on their car in the morning. Now, whether those scratches are connected to these weirdos, we can't say for sure, but one thing's for certain, these two are definitely out of the ordinary. The way they walk is just off. It's like they forgot how bodies work. They weren't kidding when they said mountain roads in India are for the brave. This next video will have your palms sweating. This hair-raising footage comes from India, where a bus passenger decided to document the terrifying journey on these mountain roads. The video shows buses navigating incredibly narrow roads, with the wheels practically hanging off the edge. Seriously? It looks like one wrong move and they're plummeting down the mountain. I don't know how these drivers keep their cool. They're literally holding hundreds of lives in their hands while white-knuckling it down these perilous paths. I know there are villages nestled up in those mountains, and these roads are the only way to reach them. But these huge buses seem way too risky for these conditions. Jeeps would be a safer option, but of course not everyone can afford them. Maybe walking would be a better choice. At least you'd have more control over where you put your feet. India is definitely an adventure, but this kind of travel ain't for the faint of heart. You gotta have some serious guts for it. If you are a believer in dragons, this one's for you. This next video might just spark some serious debate. This footage comes from a miner who stumbled upon something incredible during his usual workday. The video shows the miner deep underground, where he spotted a strangely shaped head jutting out from the ground. It kind of looks like the head of a dragon or a T-Rex. The miner, clearly bewildered, uses his pickaxe to try and unearth it further. That's where the video cuts off, leaving us with a giant mystery. So, what was it? Logically, it could just be a rock that happens to resemble a dragon's head. But then again, why would a rock look exactly like that? And the look on the miner's face says it all. He's definitely got the feeling this is no ordinary rock. One thing's for sure, these miners unearthed something far more interesting than whatever they were originally looking for. Ever come home to an empty lasagna dish, even though you swore you left it for leftovers? Well, this next video takes that feeling to a whole new level, with a wild twist. This YouTube video features some incredible footage captured by a home security camera in Connecticut. The culprit, a giant black bear. The video shows the bear casually strolling into the kitchen, like it owns the place. It opens the fridge with no problem and starts rummaging around. Then, it spots the lasagna. Jackpot. This furry bandit then pulls off a heist smoother than any Hollywood movie. Just like that, the lasagna disappears. The bear even manages to hop out the window with its prize, a one-legged maneuver that would impress any gymnast. It was a clean getaway for this cunning critter. The bear in the video looks like a seasoned pro. The way it waltzed right in and knew exactly what it was doing suggests this isn't its first fridge raid. This hungry mammal helped itself to a delicious frozen dinner before making a graceful exit. Honestly, if a bear broke into my house and just stole my lasagna, I'd be kind of impressed and relieved it wasn't after anything else. As time goes on, things on Earth are getting weirder and weirder, like a recent video circulating on the internet that is leaving people terrified. This video was captured by an apartment dweller during a thunderstorm. In the video, you can see dark clouds swirling around, and then there it is. A bright red ball of light appears out of nowhere. The object gets brighter and just hangs there in the sky. The person who uploaded the video claims it showed up after a lightning strike and lingered for a few minutes. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that looks an awful lot like a red emergency flare someone shot up in the air. It seems like maybe the person who filmed this has never seen a flare before, which is why they uploaded it in shock. I bet they'll get an earful in the comments about what it really is. Volcanoes usually conjure up images of destruction. massive ash plumes, earthquakes, and rivers of molten lava. But sometimes a volcanic eruption can be strangely beautiful. This next video, captured by a group of lucky hikers, shows an active volcano putting on a breathtaking light show. In the video, a loud boom erupts, followed by a massive bolt of lightning that tears through the black smoke cloud billowing from the volcano's peak. The smoke itself is an impressive sight, but the lightning strike takes it to a whole new level. This phenomenon is called volcanic lightning, and it's different from the kind you see during a regular thunderstorm. It's caused by the collision and fragmentation of ash particles, and sometimes ice, within the volcanic plume. All this friction creates static electricity, turning the plume into a giant dirty thunderstorm. Seeing volcanic lightning is incredibly rare. Only about 200 instances have been documented in the past 200 years. So the hikers who captured this footage were definitely in the right place at the right time. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.